Hey, travel buddies! On our second day in Kyoto, we explored Rurikoin Temple and Mount Hiei. Now you might be wondering, out of all the places in Kyoto, why those two first? Well, I will reveal that soon, but here's a twist. Everything seems to be going perfectly, and the views were absolutely breathtaking. Until we realized that we made a wrong decision. As sunset was approaching, we were lost. No phone signal, and honestly, starting to freak out a bit. But then, a game-changer moment happened. If you are thinking of visiting Rurikoin and Mount Hiei, you will want to hear our story and the valuable travel advice we gathered. Stay tuned. We didn't leave hotel until 9:30 a.m. We had our breakfast in one of the cafes near our hotel. At 11 a.m., we called an Uber and set off for Rurikoin Temple. We've arrived at Rurikoin Temple. This temple is nestled near the base of Mount Hiei in the Yasei region of Kyoto, right from the entrance gate, Salmon. The view radiated a sense of serenity and tranquility. Rurikoin Temple was originally the holiday villa of a political figure during the Meiji era, more than 100 years ago. This villa was named Kizurutei by the then Prime Minister. Kizurutei can be translated into Pavilion of Joyful Crane. In 2005, it was officially converted into a temple and was named Rurikoin, belonging to one of the main groups within the Japanese Pure Land Buddhist tradition. Rurikoin Temple is primarily composed of a two-story wooden building called Koyotei. Before entering, we had to remove our shoes. We were each given a bag. This is the plaque inscribed with Kizurutei, which was written by the Prime Minister during the Meiji era. The first thing we should check out is on the upper floor, in what used to be a study. Come with me. See this lacquered table? It reflects the brilliant colors of the leaves, creating a mesmerizing visual phenomenon known as tabletop reflections. It's a subtle play of nature and craftsmanship, a poetic melding of art and environment. During the peak of the autumn foliage, the color would be more vibrant and varied. The floorboards also mirror the scenes outside the window. The temple's designers expertly used natural light, depending on the time of the day and the season. The light filtering through the leaves outside creates an interplay of colors and shapes, making every moment at Koyotei unique. After admiring and capturing many photos of the table, we moved to a nearby room for sutra copying. The bag we were given at the entrance held the sutra sheets and a ballpoint pen. This space is meant for quiet reflection and calming the mind. I can only imagine how efficiently the previous owner must have carried out his studies and work in this setting, surrounded by such breathtaking views and a tranquil atmosphere. After sutra copying, we descended to the ground floor. This area features a hall with floor-to-ceiling windows, bamboo mats, historical paintings, and a green tea corner complete with sitting mats. We savored the matcha tea amidst the splendor of nature. The dessert served is called yase wakashi. The Kyoto design is closely linked with its surrounding environment. Whether you are on the ground floor or the upper floor, you will find that the building perfectly frames and showcases the outdoor garden and the foliage, turning nature into a living piece of art. Then we came to the Buddhist hall and placed the sutra sheet there, hoping to get blessings from the Buddha. This is another smaller hall where people can sit or meditate, taking in the serene view. This is Yasa Kamabaro, a Japanese-style steam bath. It's believed to have healed the emperor's wound during the Heian era, nearly 1400 years ago. I wonder, how does one bathe here? You can go to the restroom here. Even the restroom harmoniously blends tradition with modernity. Before you leave the building, there's an opportunity to purchase souvenirs. Next, we took some time to admire the garden, with its clear ponds, intricate stonework, and a large carpet of moss. It's easy to see why the emperor chose this area for healing. Why did we choose Rurikoin Temple for our second day in Kyoto? The temple is distinct as it only opens to the public twice a year, in spring and autumn, and it's renowned for its stunning views. To us, Rurikoin Temple carries an air of mystery, and we were eager to see it for ourselves. Since Mount Hiei is close to Rurikoin, we decided to include it in our day's itinerary. That's how we simply plan our days out. At 1 p.m., we left Rurikoin Temple and started walking by the Takano River. This riverside path is great for walks, jogs, or just hang out. We're heading to the Yase station. From there, we'll hop on the cable car to Hiei station and then catch the ropeway up to the top of the mountain Hiei. We can then visit the Enrakuji Temple complex. It's $6 for both the cable car and ropeway. Here is the timetable, and hopefully we could keep the times in mind. On the cable car. Wow, check out that steep slope. We've reached the Hiei station. With the same ticket, we're hopping on the ropeway. Thank you. Check out those hikers. Now we're at the Mountain Hiei Summit Station, Hiei Central. Again, a timetable trying to remind us to keep track of time. Walking out of the station. Is there a garden? Yes, it's Garden Museum Hiei. A perfect place providing many opportunities for beautiful photo taking. The Garden Museum Hiei is a French-style garden with an entry fee of $16 per person. This museum is renowned for the ceramic tile reproductions of 12 Impressionist masterpieces, including Van Gogh, Monet, and Renoir. They are set amidst the plants and flowers, providing a perfect backdrop for poetic-style photographs. The view of Lake Biwa is stunning from the viewing deck here, and a perfect background for our photos. We simply cannot resist taking photos with any cherry blossom trees. The garden also boasts a mountaintop observation tower. There's a fee to use the telescope. However, it's not the best spot for portrait photography due to the window frames in the background. A souvenir shop. Hey, look at that mirror. Let me use it as a picture frame. Mom and I bought cute flower-shaped earrings and rings, and a lavender herbal pillow. 2:30 p.m. We are starving, so we decided to have lunch in the Garden Museum cafe called the Café de Paris. We ordered flower tea and curry pork rice. Yummy. 3:30. After immersing ourselves in the flowers, we are now heading to the main hall of Unforgettable Temple, one of our primary destinations today. Bus is actually available to get there from the Garden Museum, but we decided to walk to feel a bit of seclusion. This choice almost led to a frantic moment later on. We have to rely on the direction signs to find our way because there's no signals on our phone. The remoteness reminds us of a tragic story that happened here almost 500 years ago during the Warring States period. On a day of the early autumn, a Japanese army surrounded Mount Hiei, the mountain we are walking on now. The forces swarmed the mountain from all directions, killing everyone they encountered, regardless of whether they were warriors, monks, women, or children. All their heads could be presented to the commander of the army as a token of victory. Historical records indicate that as many as 4,000 to 5,000 people died, with their bodies scattered all over the mountain. The army also set fire to the main hall of Rurikoin Temple and the 21 shrines of Sanno. Centuries-old Buddha statues and sculptures were burned to ashes. The once prosperous Mount Hiei was left desolate, with not a single living creature spared. This event is remembered as one of the darkest moments in the history of Mount Hiei and Rurikoin Temple. The commander of the army was called Oda Nobunaga, a prominent Japanese feudal lord of the late 16th century, and also one of the three unifiers in Japan's history. Mount Hiei was a sacred site for Buddhism, regarded by many Japanese as equally holy as Jerusalem is to Jews. So after this tragedy, Oda Nobunaga started to receive more and more resistance and opposition from various parts of Japan, including from within his own ranks. 11 years later, he was betrayed and assassinated by one of his own retainers, bringing his ambition to unify Japan to a sudden halt. Some believe that if Oda Nobunaga had been less ruthless and more compassionate, he might have been the one to unify and rule Japan, enjoying the utmost rights and honors. Others argue that anyone who kills innocent people for personal gains will ultimately face retribution. As the saying goes, man acts, heaven watches. Where does this path go? is Nigo Temple, a sub-temple of Unforgettable Temple complex on Mount Hiei. There are over 20 sub-temples. The sign indicates that it's another 70-minute walk to the main hall, considering it's already 4 p.m. Do you think we can make it? Nigo is dedicated to the Pure Land Buddhist tradition and showcases the architectural style and religious practices associated with Pure Land Buddhism. As we continue walking, I wonder, where are we? There are direction signs, but for some reason they only add to our confusion. Google Maps can't help us because there's no signal. Sunset is approaching, and there's no one nearby to ask for directions, and it seems like we are not on the right track. My heart sinks. Have we gotten lost in this remote place? And later I realized that not being able to find the main hall of Unforgettable Temple wasn't the worst thing. Oh, there's someone over there! Thank God! This gentleman is from the USA. He mentioned that he's visited Mount Hiei 9 times. A true enthusiast of Unforgettable Temple. Rather than telling us how to get to the main hall, he advised us to leave soon or we'd risk missing the last bus. He then led us to the bus stop. He was truly our lifesaver. Why? If we miss the last bus at 4:20 p.m., we'll have to walk all the way back to Hiei Central Station. There's a good chance we'd also miss the cable car and ropeway that stops running at 6 p.m. Remember that timetable? If that were to happen, we'd be stuck in the cold and dark, waiting for an Uber to rescue us from this somewhat isolated area. That would be a nightmare for me. We got on the bus. It looks like the bus could take us directly to the main hall and other key sub-temples of the Unforgettable Temple complex. We really should have taken the bus earlier. Arrived at the bus stop behind the museum. Now walking to the Hiei Central Station. From Central Station, we rode the ropeway back to Hiei Station. Earlier, when we were ascending the mountain, we didn't get a chance to explore the station. There are numerous photos of Unforgettable Temple monks walking the mountain in the dark, and they almost look like they're floating. If I had their internal strength and skills, I probably wouldn't panic about getting lost in the mountain. As we stepped out of the station, guess who greeted us? What a surprise! Now going down, sitting next to the cable car driver. Look at the sunset. Now we're walking to the Yasei railway station to catch the Eizan electric train. We won't be getting off the train until we reach the final stop, Demachi Yanaji. From there, we'll hop on the Keihan Railway to head back to Shizhou, where our hotel is. After waiting for an hour, We finally secured 3 seats at 8 p.m. This restaurant is named Okonomiyaki Tempuyaki. It's located on Hanamikoji-dori, just across Shinjo Street. They're open daily from 6 to 10 p.m. and offer an English menu. The restaurant appears to be run by a mother and her son. They don't engage much with customers because they're focused on cooking. Despite there only being the 2 of them, the efficiency is outstanding due to their seamless teamwork. Their kitchen, while small, is incredibly well organized. The food is super delicious. We are so full. $115. Tomorrow we're going to Kinkakuji and Nijujo Castle. We will see you there. For now, we are going to buy some matcha products alongside the Shijo Street.